Two rising contenders in the data world, FastMoss and Kalodata, both promise blazing speed and smarter analytics. But which one really delivers? On the left, FastMoss, known for its rapid data integration, and on the right, Kalodata, praised for its deep analytics and flexible interface. Let's cut through the marketing and look at what actually matters. We'll break down the key features, awarding points each round, so you can see head-to-head who wins. The final verdict could surprise you. All right, here's our little roadmap for today. We're breaking things down into 7 categories. We've got real-time analytics, historical data and trend analysis, ease of use, data coverage and scope, AI and export tools, pricing and value, and finally, transparency and methodology. Simple, right? Let's start from the very top. Real-time analytics first. So, let's kick off with FastMoss and its real-time analytics. And, wow, this thing is built for action. Updates roll in by the second. It's wild. If your job basically depends on catching the latest TikTok trends before anyone else, FastMoss is, honestly, your new bestie. Dropshippers and trend hunters, I see you. Only catch is, it's not built for looking way back into the past, so if you're planning out your content calendar for Christmas in July, maybe not ideal. Now Kalodata? It's good too. You get near real-time stats with a ton of weekly and daily trends, so you're not missing much, just like a hair slower than FastMoss. Who takes the round? FastMoss just edges out a win here for the speed freaks. Switching gears to historical data and trend analysis, this is where things do a 180. FastMoss, honestly, is not your friend here. It's about today, maybe last week, but not much further. Kalodata, though, here's where it flexes hard. We're talking 500 days of TikTok data. Trends, seasonal stuff, all the nerdy deep dives you could want. It can get a bit intimidating for newbies, sure, but if you want to spot the Halloween boom or look back at that one product that just blew up last year, this tool's for you. Winner's obvious here. Kalodata, hands down. Okay, real talk. Nobody wants to spend an hour just figuring out how to find the dashboard. FastMoss gets it. It's pretty much plug and play. Super simple, clean, barely any learning curve. Great for beginners, honestly. Only downside if you want custom dashboards or all the fancy tricks, you might feel a little boxed in. Kalodata comes in with cooler, more powerful visualizations and custom everything, but it can be a lot at first. You'll probably need a coffee and maybe a quick tutorial video. So for ease of use, FastMoss keeps it light and easy. That's your winner. Okay, pause. Did you know that Kalodata can sift through 500 days of TikTok live stream data? I mean, most platforms don't even come close to that. If you're a trend spotter thinking long-term, that's kind of a game changer. Just had to geek out there for a second. All right, back to our showdown. Time to check out who's got more data. FastMoss says 250 million creator profiles, over 200 million products and shops, shares data across 17 countries, so it's massive. But there's not a lot of info on how they're collecting it all, which, I won't lie, always makes me pause. Kalodata is out here shouting their numbers from the rooftops. 100 million products, 200 million creators, 300 million live streams. Plus, they're super clear about their data methods and even let you sort by category and sales strategy. They do admit there could be some discrepancies, but at least they tell you, right? Gotta give this one to Kalodata for the transparency and next-level scope. Let's talk about the fun part, AI and export tools. FastMoss has easy-to-use AI tools for content creation, and you can, pop your data straight into Excel. Super handy if you like playing with spreadsheets, not as many advanced analytics, but hey. Kalodata, on the other hand, is always tinkering with its AI. They're adding new models, cranking up the sophistication. It gets really powerful, almost like, whoa, slow down there. But for non-technical folks, it can be a lot. Honestly, both bring strong game here. So we gotta call it a tie. All right, what about pricing? FastMoss is honestly pretty friendly if you're just starting out. It's like $46 a month for the basics. Great value if you're dipping your toes in. But if you've got a team or you're ready to scale big, Kalodata starts to look more attractive. There's a pro version, an enterprise option, loads of room to grow, but yeah, those plans get pricier, fast. So do you want cheap and cheerful, or are you ready to invest for bigger results? I think it's a draw, honestly. It just depends who you are. Last up, transparency. FastMoss gives you nice, simple product summaries, but sort of leaves you guessing about where their numbers come from. If you're a data nerd like me, that's like, ah. Kalodata, though, is super open. Whole methodologies out there, they talk about their limitations, and they're updating stuff all the time. Downside? It sometimes means more charts and data than you'll ever need, but hey, better too much than too little, right? Anyway, no contest. Kalodata totally takes it. So, looking at our scorecard across all the categories, it's clear both tools have their strong suits. FastMoss really shines with immediacy and beginner friendliness, while Kalodata just demolishes it on historical coverage, transparency, and honestly, depth of analytics. You can see everything spelled out in the radar. Those peaks? Pretty telling. Wrapping it all up. If you're serious about building a data-driven TikTok strategy, planning for the long haul, or you just love poring over numbers, Kalodata's your go-to. But if you want something quick, actionable, and beginner-friendly, FastMoss just makes life easy. For me, Kalodata's the big winner, but FastMoss definitely earns its spot for hustle and go sellers.